Did I have a good nap? I guess. I don't know. I mean, I was asleep for it, so I don't know how it went. Am I feeling rested? Not 100%, but much more rested. I think now it's going to be time to add some caffeine and then see what happens. I actually don't know how long has it been? Like, what time did I sign off? I do not know. Ten-hour naps? That just sounds like a problem. Okay, so when we left off, I was saying, hey, we could do this thing where we could return arrays. So I can just look up the error message. Now, we're going to have a thing where we want you to be able to return arrays, but what if they're really, really long? Then probably that's an error. So we'll make a constant, and I guess we'll make it adjustable later, but we could have a constant of like, what's the longest array that will let you translate? Oh, returning a pointer, generally, by the way, actually we should be able to do. But anyway. Okay. Here is where we're going to handle arrays. All right. Oh. Are we making release? We are making release. Incomplete. Okay, that's what we wanted to see. Okay. Well. Well. Okay. Okay, so what are the things? What are the things we're going to support? Well, numbers, strings, and the code type most seriously, because that's what I actually want this for. But it would be kind of stupid if we only handled arrays of code and not other types that are more basic. I do not know when the last stream started. I seem to remember it was about 40 minutes in length. That's all I know. That is all I know. Okay. So the thing is, the kind of array we're dealing with could be, it could be a fixed array. It could be an expandable array that is returned. We want to handle all of those. Let's say right? Otherwise, okay. Can I like return somehow? Okay. So we have like array 64, array view 64. My tea water is just over there. I'm going to need to handle it. So view is an array view 64 of r dot underscore pointer. Okay. Otherwise that. And if we get here, we say attempt to, let me deal with my, oh no, hold on, let's just do this. Attempt to return an unhandled array type via compile time execution. The type was whatever. Type to string type. All right. All right. Are the array's pointers internally? No, they are not. Anyone know of a performant way to share a byte buffer between threads without using a lock? What? The question doesn't make sense. Actually. I think you're going to have to be more specific about what you are trying to do. There is no way on a CPU with a non-lax memory model, such as, for example, an Intel or AMD CPU. There is no way whatsoever to share a byte buffer between threads without a lock. The question is just whether you know there's a lock or not. Like there is a lock, just period, end of story. The lock is in your CPU, so you can't do anything about it. All right, we are handling the T situation. Check it out. The lock is coming from inside the house. That is exactly right. But if you give more details on what you are trying to do, like saying byte buffer is very uninformative. Like, what is it? How is it going to be used? Any tips for parsing tons of text files, storing object data? What do you mean? Parsing is very, 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 very fast unless you use a brain dead format. So what's the problem actually? Don't use scanf. That is correct. Like block data cuboids. Why the fuck would you put that in a text file? Like if you're making, do you mean like a Minecraft map or something? Like a big Minecraft map. Um, Is it in it? Why is it in a text file? Is that for like modability, or is it like for source control reasons, which is why we put things in a text file? Like, what's the motivation for the text file? Both really? No, you can't really say both really. Like, you have to, like, to get actually useful advice, you have to say what your priorities are, because most advice is going to go in a negative direction on one of your priorities. Like, if you want to be maximally efficient, then you're probably not going to have a human readable text file. You know, like if I was trying to do Minecraft, I would say, okay, each cube could be some number of different materials. Let's say 256 is our maximum number of different materials. So we're going to have 1 byte per cube. And I'm not sure I would put that in a text file at that point, because 1 byte in a binary file is very natural. And then I would just make like an octree of stuff that's run length encoded of the contents. And that would be relatively small. Maximal efficient, then you don't use text files at all. I would say, here's what I would say, is just try building something. Like, take your best guess at what's the right thing to do, and then just try building that. And then you'll see what the problems are with that relative to what you're trying to do. And then, well, you'll probably have your own idea of how to do it better. But if you don't, then you could actually ask a very specific question, and those tend to be more useful, right? Because like how do I make Minecraft is a very general question. Like, there are lots of ways to do it based on what exactly you want to do. But a very specific question is like, well, my system is set up this way. What's the best way to do like X given Y and Z? That's a very focused question. But yeah, if it's a big map, so if it's a big map, you want to compress the data in some very basic way, right? So like run length encoding it is a simple way of doing that. Not an ideal way of doing it by any means, but would cut down substantially on the amount of data and is probably a thing that I would do until I saw my use case in enough detail that I would know something better. Now I can't find my tea strainer, people. It's a tea emergency. Okay, the tea emergency has been solved. Problem is you're trying to tackle readable and performant. See, those two things are kind of the opposite. Because performant means highly compressed, and highly compressed means not readable. Those two things just, they're not really compatible. Yeah, definitely. Like people are saying, you could have a separate program to visualize the data, or like, I like to have all my tools built into the main game so that the main game could just have an editing mode, right? Or whatever. Why is VS so bad? I mean, why is Tux Racer so bad? Okay. All right. So, well, number case, string case, and code case are all here. I don't actually know if we're going to be able to handle code case. We'll see. Hopefully we can. Okay. What did I do wrong? So we're just going to print out the count. So it didn't like this because this is a frickin' pointer. And we're in C++ here. Type to string here. Now let's put one of these down here. Like that. Just telling people what the return type was. Okay. Count 5. That sounds right because we return. Let's go back to our program. We return an array of 5 things. So that's great. We have the right number of things. Of code. So we could, let's not do the code yet. Let's do the numbers because that's easier. Number. Okay. Very good. Now, we want to go back here and make a literal. I think that's how we do it, right? Okay. So we're going to need to fill out an array literal info. Literal arrow values the array literal info equals info, right? Yeah. Okay. And then we want to actually return this thing. Return value pointer equals literal. Okay. So element type expression I think we just try to set this equals e-type and then input expressions we're just going to resolve that for us. And input expressions. All right. So we're going to just say, we're not going to quite try to get the values out yet. We're going to say every element is 42, right? So info arrow input expressions dot add 42, right? Count. All right. Array literal info. That's asked array literal info. Cannot convert from int to t. Input expressions. Oh. Is it real? Oh, geez. Make integer literal from S64 value. We're just going to do this, and that's going to be fine. So take interp. I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. All right, let's pour the tea. All right. All right. Here we go. Dough. All right. We'll add element. We'll put a location on there. Just in case that helps with error message reporting. It doesn't help that much, but we should really assign a source code location. Yeah. So it still crashes. No surprise. No surprise. Question is why? Why does it crash? Why does it crash? Are we even running the right thing? It appears so. Okay. Run return value. Oh, we actually need to fill out the type. Okay. Yes. Okay. Literal gets result array type. We need to put interp on both of these. Okay. What is result array type? Well, result array type. Array dimension is count. Result array type arrow. Okay. Array element type equals E type or something. Yeah, E type. Okay, let's check that count is greater than or equal to 0. If count is less than 0, to report error lambda, try to return an array from compile time execution, but the array's count was less than 0. The value was %LD, comma, count, and then we return. Great. So good. Okay. Oh, is that a debug? That's a debug build we're on now. Okay. So it's running, and now if we print our array, it should have 5 42s in it, right? So print array type is whatever. Type of array. For array, print the element index and then it. Oh! Okay. Well, we didn't do something. I guess we're calling type of now, which we weren't doing. Let's see. Set substitution. Oh, we're not setting the individual literal types, which we need to do. Still didn't help. Still didn't help. Okay. Well, dang it. Old expert. New expert. Wait. Why is the order of that seemingly backwards? Oh, it's not. This is a type definition. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, when we do this, we have to go set inferred type, result array type, interp type, def type. We all know the type of a type is type, so we have to do that. All right. Array type is 5 of S64. That is correct. However, We did not then go on to print the elements. Which kind of sucks. All right. Statements in order. I guess I have to fill that out. It's been a while. After the infer step, we produce statements in order. Okay. Let's try that. Okay. There we go. It's all 42. GG's. Well, not really. Okay. So now we have to actually copy the values. And there's going to be two steps. One, handling the different sizes. Two, handling the different signed and unsigned. That's what I meant to say. I was trying to figure out how to say it. Okay, but yes, we have an array of 542s. That is good. I deserve a peppermint bark cup for achieving 42. We'll just ship that to the beta users, right? Don't you think? Like, look, if a beta user wants to return an array from compile time execution, obviously what they wanted was an array of 42s. Like, that's just undeniable. How much am I working on the game versus the programming language? I go back and forth. Like, I just had about a week and a half of mainly working on the Sokoban game only. Just because we were doing some stuff, like, it was important to do some stuff in a timely manner. Okay. Let's put these up here. Because everybody is going to want to return those. All right. Well, I mean, I guess we'll do this the hard way. Right? We're doing it the hard way. So we're going to say, we're going to do that. We're going to do that. If it's unsigned, I guess we do this. Otherwise, we do this. We'll do like make integer literal unsigned. I get. I mean, no. We only really need to flag a literal. Okay. Right, never mind. Never mind. Okay, we're good. We're good. So we're going to make them 42, right? Okay, so okay, so if right, and in fact, let's just do this. And this is going to be value equals U64 pointer data sub I, right? Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah. Blah, U64, U32, U16, U8. All right. And here it's the same but signed. Dude, this compiler has so much of the same thing in it. All right. Okay. We made this, never made this make integer literal unsigned. And it's just going to be just going to be the same. We're not even going to bother to do anything. Where are these flags? Where are these flags? Is a number hex float overflowed binary negative integer? Oh. Okay. Never mind. Okay. We're just going to do this for now. Is questionable. Okay. There we go. That is what we wanted. Now, we could make this polymorphic and even do enums and stuff, which will be all of a sudden a very good test. So, we're going to say get array U8 get array S64 get array test. Let's just do this. U8 S64 S16 U32, and then get array test of flavors. All right, or flavor flav. All right, so array is run get array of T. We're just going to assert those things. All right. What is flavor? Flavor is an enum. I don't know. You don't have to have U16. There we go. Vanillin is one. Strawberry is two. I'm still doing a bunch of RAID commentary right now. It's a significant amount of the work that I have to do these days. Vanillin, strawberry, my creative brain is not saying anything about flavors right now. Chocolate. Pineapple is a good one. And okay, so I probably need some more casting to make that work. Attempt to return an unhandled array type. It's probably talking about the enum. But we're not printing it correctly, which is weird. Because I didn't do that. Array of flavor. Yeah. So we are not correctly handling enums. This will do it though. Probably. Type wanted flavor given S64. Yeah, so that's what I was talking about. Needing more casting. There we go. We now handle as return values from compile time, execution, all kinds of things. Oh, we need another flavor here. Burma shave could be 5. All right, so that's great. Not going on to code yet because we need to do some of the other basic types. Like, it's stupid if we don't handle array of string. People are just going to expect that. Like in the year 2021, people expect to be able to make arrays of strings in their programming language. I don't know why. I don't know why they think that, but they do. Okay. As long as okay, where am I? We were in continue bytecode, right? We were down here. Okay, so string and code. Okay, and honestly, if I do this part, finish this tonight, which shouldn't be that hard, the code is the most questionable part, but this is already enough to ship the beta. Like, this is enough that the advanced users will appreciate having these things. But we could maybe even go on and do other stuff too. Who knows? Like, we might just be able to do pointers. Let's put that. No check-in. What about pointers? Now, the thing is, we probably won't want this to be a no check-in. We probably want to check this in before doing pointers, but it might be the thing that we do. What made returning arrays different than any other value? Because The deal is in this place, when we return something from compile time execution, it has to go into the syntax tree of the program right now. There's no way, maybe this is questionable and we should do this a different way, but right now when we do this, it has to go into the syntax tree of the program. So if you return an integer, it's pretty easy to like pretend like it was a number 7 that came out of the program text. But more complicated data structures is like, well, we didn't even have good array and struct literals for a long time. So now that we do have those, it's like, okay, well, we could make an array literal and turn it into that. Yeah, it's unlikely that we would ever publish this via Git. That doesn't even make sense, by the way. But yeah. Okay. Array of string is next. Let's make a little case for that. I actually kind of could handle non-relatives or relative strings right now. I just don't want to. All right. So we're going to do get string array test. This is going to say array is run get string array. And I don't really know what to assert on there. We're just going to hope that it works. Okay. So get string array. Actually, we're also going to want to do a fixed array at some point. Okay, so this is an array of string and yeah, string. We put a hello sailor in there, and then 4, 1 to 3. Array add results the number whatever it, and then tprint tpain. We're just putting some strings in an array. It's really no big deal. Okay, so that is incomplete because we haven't handled string. So that should happen. But then, of course, so that's like convert register to ugh. This is maybe annoying. Oh. Guys, we didn't even do floats for our test, by the way. That is very bad because we didn't handle it correctly. Yeah, we need more tests here. Get array test float 32. Get array test float 64. Those are not going to work right. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Boom. Boom. We don't like that this flag was not set. Did I say integer here? All integer float and enum types. Okay. Floats. People. Okay, also, this is no good. Okay. If it's float, then if size is equal to 4, else, right? So make, do we have a make float literal? We literally don't. Okay. So we just do these, and then element values dot float 64 equals just this. Just this. There we go. Uh-oh. Assertion failed. Whoopsie. Made a little typo. There we go. So these are actually, these are floats even though we're not drawing the decimal point. So that's good. Let me make some more tea water. Can I elaborate on how the branches are 100% predictable? Well, your CPU has a branch predictor, and it tries to guess what branches are going to do. And if they're in a loop and they're based on things that don't change inside the loop, then the CPU will have a very easy time predicting those. Okay. Now, what do we do? Well, strings. Strings. We're going to have a loop. We're going to have an element. And for now, okay. Already happened up above. Right, relative. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay. If E-type relative pointer type interp report error lambda arrays of relative strings cannot yet be returned from compile time. This may be changed in the future. Okay. So, all right. Do we have a make string literal? Probably not. Oh, we do. But it takes a token. Ah! Ah! But this may not be good. Okay. So this is not good. The reason why is because our guarantee from the compiler is that strings in string literals are zero terminated. We are getting back data from the user that is not necessarily zero terminated. So we have to do that. Okay. For some reason, I got a build failure. I don't know, WTF is going on there. Why am I on so many stupid mailing lists? Unsubscribe me from your political donation mailing list, please. Please tell us why you are unsubscribing. Recall Gavin Newsom! Exclamation point. Okay. Would I ever take on Bjarne in the Octagon? No. No. And the reason is because that time spent inside the Octagon is much better spent programming things that will replace C++. Okay. So yes. Do I have a function that already zero terminates? God, dude, I replied to someone's email and I was trying to be helpful and I got an obnoxious reply back and I'm like, why do I even bother replying to these people? All right. So this is not relevant. This is not, I don't see like a zero terminate function. See, the problem is you can't just check the existing memory. And we can't just check the memory to see if there is a zero after because it might be unmapped or we might not own that zero. So we have to copy the whole thing. Yay. So I probably have a copy string. Does copy string zero terminate? I don't know. Yes, indeed, it does. Termiantes, terminates. All right, so we do this element, set inferred type element E type. And then we'll do this. Copy string. Really? Do I have to interp that? Yeah. Interp comma value. Element. Oh, these things should go in the loop. Otherwise, they'll be angry at me for not keeping them in the loop. All right. So now all right. Hello, sailor, and some numbers and goodbye. That is great. Do I want to handle returning an array of bool? Yeah, that's a good idea, isn't it? Yeah, I didn't think of that. Let's do that. Let's do that. We could also handle procedures. You know, let's try to be thorough in some sense. Procedures are easy and types are easy. Okay. The reason procedures and types, oh wait. Yeah, we'll try it. Okay. Bools, procedures, types, and code. Okay, so but we actually need to do this. No check in bool, no check in procedure, no check in type. Okay. That's sad. It makes it all the worse for people who want to ask questions and learn. But it's like almost always when people ask for advice, they don't actually want advice. That's what even people like, I mean, I've said this before on stream in the context of investing in people's companies. They don't really want advice, even though they think they do, because they don't want to do the advice when you tell it to them. But especially like, I don't know. It's just, especially if people have no skin in the game whatsoever, they think they know. Even if the dude's like 18 years old and just learned how to program a year ago, he thinks he knows way better than me. It's just universal. I actually don't know how old this person is, but he sounds like he might be 18. He's probably 29, but you know. Okay. You know what we could do also? Oh, no, let's not. Okay. Okay. Actually, yeah, let's do this. So that lets us get rid of this and this and let's just get rid of a lot of the redundancies that we're going to have. So we just do input expressions, and then here on this copy location info, we can get rid of that. Get rid of all these. Okay. Lambda it set inferred type to E type. Okay. So here now we just literally just add it to the input expressions, and we do a second pass, which technically is not as fast, but it's going to substantially reduce code complexity. It's not that much slower. Oh, and I already fucked it up. Yeah, because this goes here. Whoops. No, recompile the program. All right, there we go. There we go. You feel personally attacked? Maybe it was you who sent the email. I don't know. Basically, if I'm going to summarize, this is a non-charitable summary of the email. It was, I don't think your language design is a very good idea, because if you want to do the Roslyn thing where it obviously very perfectly tells you all about your code as you type and there's no problems with that at all, how is it going to do that while running a meta program? Which is like so poorly thought out, first of all. I don't even know what to say. But my reply was like, look, if you're going to ever try to do something new that's not merely an incremental change on what came before, you have to not try to fit it into the framework of all the things that came before, because that framework will constrain you to the things that you already have, right? If you're going to constrain yourself to the things that you already have, all you can make is incremental progress, right? And eventually, because your incremental progress is subject to more and more constraints, the rate of progress will slow over time asymptotically until it approaches zero, right? And so to do something new, you have to be willing to say that it's a new thing, right? And have it be different than things that exist. And so I explained all this, and I don't know, the dude just didn't get what I was saying, like, at all. And it was very sad. Definitely wasn't you. Okay, well. It was someone who likes Roslyn and who was saying other stuff that was kind of nonsense as well. Um, I think you mentioned I was brave for asking for email yesterday. Yeah. Roslyn is slow as shit. Yes, it also simply doesn't work very well in C++. I don't know if that's supposedly because Microsoft hasn't put enough effort into the C++ part or whatever, but like they can afford to put more effort into something like that than most other entities on planet Earth. So if they can't do it correctly, why do you think anyone else would? You have no idea what Roslyn is. You really don't want to know. You thought Roslyn was a C# compiler. It sort of started as the new, like at some point they were like, we're going to rewrite the C# compiler, right? And so Roslyn started as like the new, more super smart, better architected C# compiler. But then some stuff came out of it because it was more about like making the environment nicer in 2 and stuff. And that eventually like became its own thing. Okay. Anyway, if somebody ever says to me, like this guy did, I think your idea for a programming language is flawed because Roslyn, like, what am I going to say to that? Oh, you'll only ever allow people to ever do anything that exactly works with Roslyn, which already doesn't work. Like, I don't know what to say. And it's not even true that it wouldn't work at least as well. Like, it's. Isn't Roslyn a fictional town in Washington home to a television show? I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, why would you think that the town of Twin Peaks is named after the town of Roslyn? That doesn't make any sense. I only saw like 1 or 2 episodes of Northern Exposure back in the day. All right. Okay. So we did strings. Okay. So we're going to put some no check-ins here. Right? It's a lambda or it's a... what else did we say? Oh, bool. And what else did I say? Did I promise people procedure? Okay. All right. All right, so now we at least don't need this list. We'll leave the what about pointers up there. That's whataboutism, guys. It feels cold in here, but the thing says it's warm. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. Ah. Okay. Okay. Now, these should be relatively easy, right? So here we just say I guess. All right. Let's make it non-foreign procedures for now. Non-foreign procedures. Okay. Okay. So cannot return arrays of C call procedures from compile time execution. All right. So here we say we do this and okay. I guess we just say that. Value arrow type. And this is that. All right. So let's just make sure it still works on the old stuff. So now get procedure array tests. Okay, so get procedure array is going to Okay. Let's go identity square and cube and then let's say negate actually. My brain just totally froze right there thinking about something else. Okay, results is an array of 3. Not a pointer to float, just that. Return results. Okay, results of 0 is negate. Results of 1 is square. Results of 2 is cube. I sure hope that works. Okay, and then it open paren there. Actually of 5. Right, that shouldn't need a type there. Polymorphic procedures cannot currently be used on the right-hand side of assignments. Okay, that's fine. I thought I did that, though. Whatevs. That's orthogonal to the issue. Okay, get bool array test is not a thing yet. There we go. Okay, we returned an array of 3 procedures. And it worked. Let's actually return an array of 4 procedures. We're going to do that just to make sure we handle this without crashing. And if X, it, then else null. Good thing we tested that. Where is the crash? Did we put fdifs everywhere in the game code to separate it from the non-editor versions? Yeah, basically. Yeah, when we're building a final build, we don't want any of that stuff in there. In part just because you don't want to have to port the editor to like all the consoles and stuff that you're going to launch on. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I didn't do this part. No, it's not valid, actually. Okay, hold on. All right. There we go. There, float versus string. That's a good point. That is a good point. Okay. There we go. Well, line 75, we got an assertion failed for some reason. Oh, right there. Lol, I didn't change that one. All right. Actually, you know what? Why am I even doing this? Because if it let's just do that. Right? So then we do this, and that's just nicer. Okay. Next up. Braid still has the editor in it that can be secretly enabled. That is probably true. Yeah, I don't think I turned. I mean, the PC version of Braid does. Xbox probably doesn't. Okay. Let's do Booleans for the Fooleans, including me. All right. Get bool array test. All right, so get bool array. Go 7. All right. Oh, not it index. Just it. No. Here. Now this isn't going to work yet because we haven't done bools. Yeah, incomplete. All right, so bools. Sure have a lot of incompletes here. All right. All right, so we're going to want just like we did for the floats. For bools, we're going to say value type is literal bool and element values dot bool is value. This is a bool, and then all right. Really? Oh, it's literal true or literal false. Oh, you know what? Oh, crap. We don't want to use the literal null. All right. We don't actually want to use these because we're setting location info on them. All right, here we go. We're going to change this around a little bit. Like this. Otherwise we say else, it's literal false. Input expressions. Okay, so this literal null make null. I know I have one. Come on, guys. Make pointer literal. Okay, so make pointer literal. Literal null. Well, assign to null pointer of the appropriate type, whatever. All right, so yeah, we don't actually want to do this. Okay, so that's a null pointer literal. Input is in the very literal info. What am I doing? Info input underscore expressions. All right. Assertion fit. Oh God, I asserted on the wrong. Jeez. So the bool array is 5. Let's do 7. Oh, I changed it there and not there. Great. There we go. True, false, true, false, true, false, true. Okay. Braid Shadow Legends, that would be a good sequel. Don't you think so? Don't you think so? Yeah, whenever we do a stream this time at night, we get way fewer people than when we do a morning stream. Morning is by far the highest. Like, I would say up till around 11 a.m. Pacific, we would get a high viewer count, and then after that it starts dropping off. So like around 11 a.m., we would typically have about twice the viewers that we would have right now. Yeah, 280 people is not bad for a programming stream, don't get me wrong. But I think basically any programming stream, let's just say any English language programming stream probably follows that pattern. Where around, 8 to 11 a.m. or 6 to 11 a.m., I don't know exactly, would be the peak viewership. And then right now would be way off peak. And then if I keep going later into the night, it gets even more off peak, right? Okay. So that's Booleans. Types. This should be easy. All right. And that said, it could be null. Right. Wait, I did a literal null here. Wait, what? Okay. Okay. So we also need to handle that for type. All right. Where did I put this pointer literal? This is in bytecode respecialize, which honestly, that is probably fine the way that it was. Okay. What? Capital I, don't do that. Too much ego. Conditional expression of as type definition. All right. So now we need types. Just going to keep doing it. We're going to have bools. We're going to have types. We're going to have 5 types. Okay. We're going to say pointer to float. Results type of main. Type of, array of pointer to array of 5 type of I don't know. Get string array, right? Array add results, comma, whoops. What other types are fun? Flavor, array add results, string, whatever. We're just doing some types. Okay, it didn't like that. Unhandled expression in what? It doesn't like this part. And this has nothing to do with what we are actually doing right now. This is an heretofore discovered bug in the compiler. Okay, let's comment that out for a second. We're going to no check in this. No, it wasn't that one. Wait, what? Where's our problem? Oh, is this maybe after we returned it? Okay, hold on. This is probably after we returned it. Hold on. Let's go back here. Because we didn't do that little ting-tangler. Yeah. Okay. Well, that is really not something that we want. Oh, it's a type info. Type info value. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I got this wrong. Okay. Extra is get extra data value. And then this. Get extra data. Of course. There we go. We're not calling this yet, are we? Get type array test. There we go. So let's pick a more interesting procedure, like get codes, because that at least returns something. Instead of main. All right, here, let's try putting this back. Because I jumped to a preliminary conclusion about what was wrong. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's fine. Never mind. Excellent. So now the only thing left is code. Codes. In general, when do you split code into different files? I split based on how clear of a mental picture I have of where things are. So if I start feeling like I don't really know what's in a particular file, then I split it. Or if I start feeling like even maybe I kind of know what's there, but it just feels like if I feel like there's a subset of things that very clearly have their own group identity, then I split those. Sometimes. Sometimes I don't. Okay. I just thought of something to type. 1 second. Okay. Sorry about this. These are just was thinking about a to-do list for things to do on the compiler. Does the game heavily use compile time computation? Yeah. Where does it use the most? For entities and console commands. And also just for general build things. So it's safe to say that I go with the flow. Well, look, some people who try to teach you how to program may have forgotten a very basic fact. But the layout of source files is for you and the other programmers. It's not for like the gang of four or a programming teacher at a weird community college in Wisconsin or you know, internet commentator people who don't actually do very much of their own work. It's for you. And so it should be what's best for you. And so then the question is just what's best for you, right? What if people on the internet judge you for not using smart pointers? They will do that. But you know what? If you do use smart pointers, they'll judge you for something else. Until you change every single thing that they would judge you about, and then you become exactly as mediocre as all the people doing that. The end. Okay. So, what do I do now? I do the arrays of code, and that might actually be enough for this stream tonight. Maybe. Oh, people would definitely judge Hello World because they use that to judge your entire programming language. Like, oh, Hello World in this language is 3 characters shorter than Hello World in this other language. So it's obviously way better. Why are you programming in that garbage language where Hello World is 3 characters longer than it is in this one? Okay. So, so for code, I think that's an alias of code node. We're just going to have to make the test and try it out. But this will be our last no check-in from this file, right? Yeah, no check-ins. Okay, so here we're going to say this is a code node. And we're also going to handle null literals. And here, I guess we just add value. No, we need to make a code asked. A code directive. Okay, wait. I don't think we can really go back the other way trivially. We need to get nodes. This is where it gets a little scary. Compiler, get nodes. Yuck. We should actually handle returning. We don't even handle returning scalar code, actually. Don't want to do that. We'll mess up the... So... Oh, wait. We think that we do... I don't think that is correct, guys. I don't fucking think that's correct. Okay, so in global data, directive code, it's not even a frickin' thing. So a directive code in compiled time execution. This is confusing to think about. I guess we leave it as a code. Yeah, actually, I think we just do this. So then that other thing would be correct. But I don't think it's actually possible to do this right now. Or let's see. Wait, for an insert directive, okay, let's see in bytecode runner, directive code. That's also literally not, okay, hold on. Builder. Okay, yeah, okay, okay, good. I made it easy on myself. Great. Great, okay, so the existing code was correct, and therefore also shall this be, hopefully. All right. Code no, oh yeah, we don't need that part though. Code directives. Code directives, bro. Okay, so we have to do this now in our test. We're going to say get code array test. All right, so run get codes. We're going to have to put better code in there. But assert array.count is 5, and then for array print I don't think that's really going to print anything interesting. Insert array sub 0. Unhandled expression and copy expression to global data. That is what I was telling you was not going to work. I sort of forgot that would come into play here. I was just sort of noticing like, oh. Oh, code directives. So the problem is, okay, we can do this for now, but the code directives will not have meaning in the target executable. Extra in the print before the new line. What? Okay. Um, all the productive discussions about whether or not the first line of the function counts against the 10-line limit. Wait till they start doing C++ constructors, and the style for the constructor is that you have to initialize member variables with a paren b, and to put each one of those on its own line. Then you can't ever have a constructor for anything that has more than 10 member variables. Have fun with that, bro. Unhandled expression and copy expression to global data. Senior engineer once forced you to do that, even though you could just initialize it in the declaration according to the spec. Yeah, I mean, he might have just been paranoid about coding standards. The thing is, you didn't used to be able to initialize in the declaration. That was added later to C++. So if the desire was to maintain compatibility with older compilers or something, I could see that. All right. So I guess I need to implement that. He was just so used to older C++, yeah. I mean, I always thought that part of C++ was stupid. Like, look, why did they add a whole, like, they added this whole extra syntax to basically do assignments of member variables when you could just say those in the constructor. And like the reason they did that was, you know, when constructors are inherited and you need to run them in a certain order and stuff, but it's just stupid. Like, just, oh God, it's so much complexity to do such a simple thing. It's bananas. Can you turn an array of macros from a macro? Yeah. Of course. What kind of programming language do you think this is? Okay. So much complexity to do a simple thing is the story of C++? Yes. Yes, it is the story of C++. It's also so you can initialize in place and not perform an initialization and copy. No, not really. Like, why do you think that that's the case? Like, there's no real difference. Each function needs to have its own file. That is completely insane, dude. Anyone who has a rule like that has never written a real program. Just don't learn from people like that. Like, just leave immediately. Immediately is not worth the time. All right. Okay. So, there we go. Cannot be used. Whoops. Okay, I guess we already have a dest. Oh, right. Auto code dest. There we go. That's a little bit useless, but okay. Code, 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 code. But we inserted one. Hello, sailor. Actually, let's do the following. Let's go array add results code x colon equals 5. Array add results code x plus equals 1. Results code x times equals 2. All right, array add results code print hello sailor x is whatever, comma x, right? And then I don't know. Let's just go 4. 4. There we go. Oh. Oh, dang it, dude. Why are we getting undeclared identifier? I don't think we should be doing that. Okay. All right. I kind of get why that's happening. Right. Why are we type checking code directives? That's weird. I mean, I kind of get it. But I also kind of don't get it. The problem is changing this is a major change. But changing this to be more versatile is also part of the whole push that we are doing in this beta. let's if it's a code. Yeah, okay, that's weird. We don't look up the identifier there. So where... Let's see. Let's see. Undeclared identifier. Where's that happening from? Is it... okay, let's actually... Is it happening here? Yeah. Oh, okay. So I could do this. For some reason, the scope is not being set correctly on insert. Okay, so we're declaring x now. Now we're trying to say x plus equals 1. And that's probably because of this block structure. Hold on. It should work, though. Let's just, one thing at a time. I want to make sure that the code part works, and then we can figure out the other thing. Equals. All right. All right, so we're going to insert both of these. X time, okay. So that just doesn't work. And that doesn't, okay. We just have to fix this. 5. Okay, so we insert all these things. The problem is when we insert them. Oh, we need, never mind. We need to insert internal. I was stupid. Okay, I was stupid. That's something we could clean up later. Okay, 48. So it's 5, 6, 12, 24, 48. Boom. Okay, so that works. This is squirrely here, the statement level thing. But that is separate. Okay. Okay. That's great. That is actually everything we wanted to do. And then this scalar code, we actually know that's handled. And we know that's handled. So let's run some tests. And any questions about what I was doing there? See someone getting stuck for hours wondering why the code wouldn't work because they use insert instead of insert internal. Yeah, that's a place where maybe we could have better error messages, but I don't want to rat hole on that right now because we're just going to be amping up all these features around insert and code directives and stuff. And so after we're done changing things a lot, then it's maybe the time to look. Okay, so this appears to be working, but we want to turn this program now into an actual test. So returning arrays at compile time. All right. All right. So we can make sure that that test is running as well. Cam is F. Oh, yeah, sorry guys, the battery ran out. We're gonna have no cam for a while. The battery ran out because it's not plugged in because I had to use it for something else, and its camera's only got a few hours of battery when not plugged in. And if I plug it right away, it can't run without some battery reserve. Oops. Well, I am going to go on Amazon and order extension cords because that's why I unplugged it. Let's get a 50-foot extension cord and 25-foot. And a 12 feet 2-pack. That's all great. It's everything we want. Okay. Add to cart. Add to cart. Add to cart. Check out. $54. Done. See, just solve the problems right away. Do I need to add a test? No, because this is a different thing. Like we're gonna have to rewrite it not to use that test bullshit anyway. But here, this is a standalone program. So it just gets compiled and main gets run. So you don't need that. In other cases where you saw me add that, it was getting added inside a file with a lot of other things. Like if there's a small test, I like to put it inside a file with a lot of other things because why make a new file? But if it's like a big test, let's just give it its own file, especially because this one might get more stuff added to it later and so forth. Okay. So let's do a release x64. Oh, the game is still not, I don't know what the deal is there. We got to fix the game. Gotta fix the game. Okay, what was it called? Returning something something. Returning arrays at compile time. There we go. There we go. Okay. So let me just check that in, and then I'll figure out why the game isn't working now. because that's weird. I broke something there. Oh, we knew that we broke something. All right, so can return arrays at compile. All right. Boom, delivering massive value to the people, except that we haven't shipped the beta yet. Now, we have to deliver massive value to the game team. This is broken. What is going on? Okay. This is a return. It's inside a for expansion. And it's getting confused. All right. Okay. We're going to have to refactor this in a minute. I just want to know, does this solve the problem? I think it probably does. This part is confusing and I need to deal with it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's make sure that doesn't break tests. So if it's internal, we actually want this, or what a disaster. Okay, so we're gonna make sure now that it works with that change. It doesn't. Dang it. Hold on. Okay, now I'm confused. That shouldn't break it, right? Did I just mess up my Boolean expression, or is this surprising? Whoa. What? WTF. Oh, yeah, okay, never mind. Ha ha. Ha ha. All right. So that literally, for some reason, we're gonna have to deal with this. I don't know. WTF is happening there. So if there's an internal insert, don't skip the backtick handling. I don't get that. Oh, wait. Yeah, no, I don't get it. I don't get it. All right, we got to fix the game for people though. So fix the game's ability to compile. Sorry, everybody, I broke it for a while. What kind of code quality can you get if you do a one-pass code generator? What do you mean? Like if you code gen from the AST without any IR? Not super good. You know, there was some paper that Juan sent me about people who were like, yeah, just code gen from the AST by pasting together all these pre-existing snippets. But like, I don't see the point. Could probably get rid of the camera overlay. That is true. That is true. It is possible for now to do that. That's the universe telling me not to kludge it. No, it absolutely is not. Look, the only reason I have survived this long is because sometimes I do what I just did and postpone things till later. People who don't do that do not ship. They don't finish things, in fact. That said, I absolutely do need to sit down and figure this out. The problem is this is part of a larger picture that involves insert directives, for expansions, macro stuff. It's all very complicated, and I would like to simplify it. And I've gone through several passes of simplifying it, actually. But it takes me like several days each time I sit down to think about it. So I don't have time to do that tonight. At the same time, though, the compiler is not production quality until this gets figured out. So I'm not making light of it. I'm just saying this is how we handle, right? Like, it is an orthogonal issue. It is an issue that must be solved, but it's also orthogonal to what I'm doing right now. That's the way I would like to say it. Like, if your code is full of stuff like this, like, I have no idea why this doesn't work when I think it should, that's bad code, right? And so this is a little bit bad. And we just have to, in fact, I should put this on the to-do list. Okay. So the only allowed at statement level. Is that an asked allowed by yeah, okay. Let's just do this. And then in interp, you do it here. There we go. So that should actually solve this problem. We could actually do it here and then change the test file, I guess. So you just shouldn't need to do that. Semicolon, oh. That's a sort of a different issue that we could clean up later. Great. So still 48. This works. Let's go to the test. Go to the change log. Code directives no longer require you to put a block around stuff that can only be, what was the error? Can only be something something at statement level. Why don't I look here? Can only be used at statement. Yeah. Can only be used at statement level. Okay. That's pretty good. Yeah, the problem is when a project is big, you simply just can't do everything right now. Like, that's just the reality, right? And it is a positive quality to want to fix all the problems, but there are just too many problems, right? You can't fix them all right now. And so, and too much context switching is bad for thought quality, right? So you want to focus on things for a while, do those things at a high level of thought quality, and then switch to the other things and do those things at a high level of thought quality, right? And the problem with this one especially, like if it were an easy bug, I might context switch and just fix it. But when it's a complicated thing that's attached to a large system that requires you to have a really clear understanding of what to do, then you want to dedicate real time to fixing that. You don't want to do it in the middle of something else. It's not going to go well. This is pretty good. We could ship this beta right now probably, but I don't want to do it quite yet. I want to maybe, like, I feel like it's time to end the stream, but I want to maybe do this later. And I want to maybe start writing this module later. So maybe this weekend we'll start writing the module and then we'll ship the beta at the end of the weekend or something. I'm supposed to play some more Satisfactory with Casey this weekend, so that's going to definitely eat into the programming time. Thought quality, I could use some thought quality right now. You know what I'm saying? All right, well, since our camera went out, it's a good time to end the stream anyway. All right, let's find out. Where do we send our almost 300 people in the realm of science and tech? What science and technology? We can send you to Dead Mouse's channel. He looks like he's using some Dear MGUI program. American Compiler Dev US. We want to go down to the unpopular people who are sometimes unpopular for a reason, but sometimes not. First ever game jam. Alpacas and goats. Spider monkeys are live. Welcome to VR game development using boxes and lines. I don't know, people. Making a puzzle platformer with boxes and lines. Unity Personal Learning Edition. Let's see. I don't hear any audio. I don't think I have it turned off. I think it's literally... Oh, there was audio. Yeah, okay. Well, he's not really... He's just messing around. We might go there. That's an option. Portal fan games are often the worst. But that's starting up Visual Studio. That's exciting. Oh yeah, it's preparing the solution, everybody. Check it out. Why is this guy playing Dr. Lupo's stream intro song? Is that what that is? I don't know. Look at all this C#. Okay, but it's...
Give it a sec.
It's at least a non-trivial program. So that's something. We could do that. We could do... You might have to wait for Visual Studio a lot to load the awesome Roslyn system. What is this, though?
Sure. Enter, I guess. It's just gonna look a little funny, but because this is like stupid alpha, dude. Like we're still programming and doing a bunch of shit. Get just me out into this mode here. Whoops.
Let's go ahead and raid Dead Mouse. We'll raid the popular people for once. However, warning, it has follower-only chat, which I endorse. See y'all later.